Okay, so we're going to create a banner that can be unfurled. We can apply textures to it, of course, so that it has your favorite sports team, school, whatever to it. So I'm going to go to Add Mesh Plane. Let's scale that in the y-axis so it's a little longer. And I want to rotate it so that it is vertical, so that it's standing. So Z90. Nope. Let's go X or Y90. Nope. How about Z90? There we go. G, Z to scroll, set it up a little higher so it's above my 0 line. And go to edit mode. We're going to subdivide to 50. And I want to select the very bottom row so that I can use that as a pin group for what we're going to be working with later. So with that selected, go to data and add a new group, assigning what we just created to that group. Good. Go to object mode and assign everything. So Control A, all transforms, which resets everything to 0. If you haven't added it yet, edit, preferences. We need to add the extra curve objects. So get extensions, extra curve objects, and install that if you have not already. Now we can go to add curve, spirals, Archimedes. And that gives me a circle at the bottom. I think I'm going to go with 5 turns on this. And let's shrink its or increase its radius growth by 1.2. As you can see there, that's got cool stuff going. Drop its radius to about 0.2. Make it a lot tighter. That might be too many turns. I think I'm going to try 3. Good. And then we need to rotate our spiral so that it is intersecting with our plane. So I'm going to rotate it on the x-axis and the z-axis. Now it should look like that. I want to drag that up to the top of my plane. So grab z-axis up to the top, and I want my beginning and end points there, that one and that one, to be in line with the top of the plane. So as you can see, we're pretty close there. We got a good intersection. Oops, what did I do? I messed that up. There we go. That's better. I'm not sure what I just did there. That looks better. Okay, with my spiral, I want to apply all transforms. So Control A, oops, in object mode. Control A, all transforms. Next, we need to apply the curve to the plane. So I'm going to select the plane, go to my modifiers, add a modifier. We're going to do a deform curve. Set the curve object to the spiral that we just created, and yes, it should look like a broken CD or DVD. Until we change the axis, the deform axis, to -Z. Let's go to edit mode. And we want to rotate this so that it is in line with the curve or the spiral, which should be the Y plane. So nope, not the Y plane. One of these days I'll get the planes right. Let's try this X plane. Not the X plane. Since there's only 3 options, eventually I knew I'd get it right. Good. And let's go back to object mode. It should be in alignment now with the spiral because we changed it in the edit mode. Then with the plane still selected, see if this works right. There we go. My location Z, as I drag it to a negative, starts curling up. And it'll go around as many curves as you put it on. You do want it to hold off on the top a little bit. If you have it all real tight, like this, when we apply the cloth modifier, it becomes one big glob that we can't work with. If you're not happy with how tight your spiral is, we can go to the spiral. And first of all, we need to right click on the spiral, set origin to geometry. And then we can again play with our plane, pull that back in. There we go. And we can scale this down if you want that to be a little tighter. Oops. Scale that down again. Go back to my plane. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Now, before we do cloth, it is recommended that you save because, like I said, cloth can do weird things. So let's save this project, and I'm going to call it banner. You can, if you would like, apply a smooth to the object to help smooth it out a little bit to your plane. And then let's add a cloth modifier to the object. So go to physics, cloth, and now it has cloth applied. If you run it right now, the cloth should just fall. Yes, that's exactly what I expected it to do. But we want it to fall from a specific location. So we'll scroll down, still in physics mode, go to shape, and do a pin group to our group. And that will cause it to unfurl, locking that group of vertices that we selected at the very beginning. And now, if I play, it'll unfurl. Perfect. I will tell you the plane is upside down from where we began. So if you apply a texture to it that has words on it or something like that, it will come out upside down. So you need to invert the texture before you apply it to the object. Now I want to get real fancy here. Add another mesh, and let's grab it, move it on the y-axis, scale it up on the z-axis, and make it look like it's attached to this. And so now when it unfurls, it's falling along it looks like it's falling along a building or something tall or something like that. Is that cool or what? Okay, so your mission for Thursday is to do all these steps that we just did and apply a texture of some type, and I don't mean just a solid color, something with words to the banner so that as it unfurls, it looks like, it was at a sporting event or, a new technology thing that's being unfurled on a building or something like that, an advertisement, something fun like that. Cool. That's the beginning of motion design.